All right, we're on to lesson 7. We've learned to conjugate. We've learned a little bit of adjectives. Today, we're going to learn do it, don't do it. So the imperative, which is base 2 plus nasai. All right, again, if you don't know how to put a verb in base 2, you got to go back and watch lessons 4 and lesson 5. All right, last week we did base 2 plus tai. Today it's base 2 nasai. Last week I want to, today do it. So your kid asks, maybe your kid doesn't ask anything. You're telling your kid to brush their teeth. You're not going to say, will you please brush your teeth? You're just saying, brush your teeth. Eat your food. So this is called the imperative. It's not a command. It's not brush your teeth. But it's also not brush your teeth. It's brush your teeth. You're going to do it because it's imperative. So base 2 nasai is how you say that. Most of you are probably familiar with oyasumi nasai. So let's look at that real quick. O is an honorific marker. Yasumu is the verb to rest. So it's a yodon verb, which means yasuma, yasumi is base 2. Yasumi. We add nasai. Again, we use that honorific marker and we get oyasumi nasai, which basically means politely rest. And that's how you say good night. So it's okay to tell someone to rest in the imperative form because it's basically like saying you've worked so hard, you need to rest. All right, so that is one you might already be familiar with, oyasumi nasai. But an interesting fact about oyasumi nasai. In English, we could say good night when you're leaving work or something. Let's say it's 5, 6, 7 p.m. and you're getting in your car in the parking lot and you're saying good night to somebody. That works just fine, but not in Japanese. It doesn't really work unless the next thing they're going to do is go to sleep. So for example, you're leaving work at 6 and they're going to go to a restaurant or go out with friends and they're going to be out till 10, 11 or whatever. It doesn't make sense to say oyasumi nasai. Now you've been out at the restaurant with them and you've been out till late. Now it's like 11 o'clock and they're getting in their car and they're going home to go to bed. Then you could say oyasumi nasai. So once again, oyasumi nasai only works when the only thing really left to do is to rest and sleep, not go out and do something else. All right, so base 2 nasai. So if I want to say do it using our verb to do, suru, we know that base 2 is she. So it would be shi nasai. So if I said study, benkyo shi nasai. Eat, tabe nasai. Let's review, though, some of the particles we did last week. All right, so we learned about the object marker that we use as the default. We learned about our direction particle, and day was the interesting one that can mean at a location or by the means of, form of communication or transportation. All right, so I could say, watashi no ramen, my ramen, watashi no ramen o tabe nasai, eat my ramen. Okay? I could say watashi no dojo, my dojo, ni kinasai. Now what's kinasai? This is where you have to start to backwards engineer things. Okay, so we got the nasai. And we know that this is a base 2 of some verb. What do we know that's base 2? It would be ki. Hopefully you got it. Kuru, right? Along with suru in the snowman lesson, we learned that the other irregular verb was kuru, to come. Kuru. And kuru was the koki monster. Remember? Koki, kuru, kure, koyo, kite, kita. Again, lesson 4. Review. So, ki nasai would be come. Watashi no dojo ni kinasai. Come to my dojo. Watashi no ie ni kinasai. Come to my house. Watashi no kuni ni kinasai. Come to my country. All right, so that is how you would say come in the imperative. All right, so we could say Tokyo de shinasai. Do it at Tokyo. All right? Or going back to Kuru, we could say basu de kinasai. Come by bus. Basu, bus. De, by the means of kinasai. Come. So that is how you use base 2 plus nasai. All right, now let's do the opposite. Your kids are touching something and you're like, don't touch that, right? Now you want to use base 3 plus na. And that's the opposite. That's don't do it, all right? So to touch is sawaru. 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 Not to be confused with su-waru. Now, most of you who do like classical jujitsu, you know suwari waza, sitting techniques, suwaru. But sawaru is to touch. So if I say sawaru na, don't touch. Okay? My son used to always pull on the blinds. We had these cheap blinds in one of our apartments, and they would just pop right off, right? And we'd be like, sawaru na, don't touch it. Okay? Now, if I said suwaru na, which my wife would accidentally say sometimes, she'd be like, suwaru na, and I'd be like, what? You don't want him to sit down? Okay, so sawaru, touch, suwaru, sit. So suwaru na, your sensei comes over to visit, and you say, suwaru na, don't sit. Not a good idea. It's also probably not good to tell him not to touch something, but maybe there's something hot, and you don't want to be like, それを触らないでください. Please don't touch that. We don't have time for that. It's 触るな. Don't touch that. Okay, gotta be careful. So, 触る, 座る. All you have to do is add na. So this is the easiest grammar you ever learned. You don't have to change anything about the verb. You just take it straight out the dictionary and add na. And it means don't do it. All right. So these aren't polite, but depending on how they're used, they're not rude, okay? It's just the imperative. So practice your Tongo List 4, right? So again, if you don't have a copy of Tongo List 4, Vocab List 4, then, send me a message or whatever, and we'll get you one. But it was attached to the lesson 4 that we posted originally on Facebook. And then I don't think we actually have it attached on the YouTube because we didn't figure out how to do that. So if you need it, shoot me a message and we will email it to you because that's a good tool for you to practice. Or you grab a dictionary, but take the vocabulary you have, the verbs, put it in base 2, add tai to say I want to do it, or add nasai to say do it, or leave it in base 3 and just add na to say don't do it. And that is how you use the imperative in Japanese. All right, so my only advice to you is to gambari nasai. That one doesn't really work, but it's funny, okay? Hang in there. All right.